What's up, everybody? Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's Money Monday. Come on, let's get it. Yes, come on. Come on in. As you are coming in, let us go ahead and like and share. Yes. Come on, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Yes, it's Money Monday. Come on, y'all. It's Money Monday. It's Money Monday. Y'all need to get that in your spirit. It's Money Monday. Gotta get your money right. Hey. Gotta get your money right. Gotta get your money right. All right. Hey. Thank you all for tuning in. For those of you who don't know me, my name is J. Michelle Robinson. I am the CEO and founder of Just Here to Help. Help being an acronym for helping everyone live prosperously. And so today is Money Monday. Thank you all for being flexible. I decided to adjust the time this morning because today is a federal holiday. And I know my folks on the West Coast were not going to be up at 6 a.m. this morning to tune in. So I adjusted the time to accommodate my West Coast folks. So thank you all for being flexible. Listen, today we are going to talk about freedom. And I need you all to like and share this broadcast. Invite a couple of other people to join, because the information that I share during this broadcast is intended to make you all better. And you know what? I'm going to need you all to work with me because I cannot see you all's comments. I don't know if you all are commenting. I can't see them, but it is all good. We're going to keep it rolling. But listen, the information I'm going to be sharing with you that I always share with you is information, again, that is intended to help everyone live prosperously. Because one thing about me is if I have access to information that I know is going to be helpful to you, information that I have gleaned, that I have applied to my own life, and it has been helpful, it has allowed me and enabled me to be successful. I am not a person who hoards information, but I share information, right? Because one of the biggest issues that I have identified is this. We hear people talk about not having and there being a lack of resources, but I'm going to continue to say this. There is no shortage of resources here on this planet Earth. No shortage. There's no shortage of resources as it relates to money. No shortage of resources as it relates to, when you think about the oil that we have, all of these different things here on this planet Earth, there's no shortage of it at all. The shortage is in access to information and education. People simply do not know how to tap into the resources that God has given us here on this planet Earth. And I am here as a messenger to share that information with you. And so today I would like to dialogue with you about freedom, because those of us who identify as being Black in the African American culture celebrated Juneteenth yesterday, which was a celebration related to freedom, celebration related to independence. And I want to talk to you today about financial freedom. Because this is something, and I'm just going to be real. This is going to be a real conversation. And, some people don't like the way I talk because I'm very direct and I keep it 100. And I don't speak from emotion, I speak from facts. And a lot of times, what I have found when I look historically, since we celebrated Juneteenth yesterday, when we look at Black people and how Black people have been treated, and even when you look at some of the crimes, the murders, and different things that have occurred and happened to Black people, what was revealed to me is that there's a lack of value that is placed on Black people's lives. That's just the bottom line to it. It's a lack of value. We are not seen as being valuable in society. And I'm just going to, again, keep it 100 with you. A lot of that deals with what is believed about what we can contribute. Okay. All right. Another passion of mine is very specifically to the church, to the kingdom, the kingdom of God. And based off of my observation, I believe that the world views the church the same way, which is one of many reasons why we don't have the same power as some secular individuals have. Leaders in the kingdom of God do not have the same influence as secular leaders have. In part is because we don't have the same assets or wealth. Wealth gives you access to different rooms. Wealth gives you access and influence to different people. It just simply is what it is. Whether you like it or not, that is what it is. Okay. That being said, when we talk about freedom, it's very critical for you to understand that wealth, being free from debt, is very much attached to freedom. All right. To freedom. Because listen to this, even from the standpoint of slavery, even though Black Americans were freed from slavery, we were still in bondage and still continue to be in bondage because we lack resources to be free. That's why there's issues and continuing concerns about systemic racism, caught in a system because of a lack of resources, a lack of access. It's a reality. And so today, I really want to talk to you all about being financially free and steps and actions that can be taken to become financially free. I did not come here to get into a whole Juneteenth systemic racism conversation with you. We can have that conversation at another time. I'm here to talk about financial freedom and actions and steps that you can take to become financially free. So, number one thing is you really need to look at and assess your spending habits. During the pandemic, we found that it was a really huge thing with unemployment numbers skyrocketing. The government began to create all of these stimulus packages because it was identified that a lot of Americans were struggling financially. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to tell you what I observed during the pandemic. Praise be to God from a financial standpoint. I'm not going to say that there was no impact to me and my family, because there was impact to everybody. I don't care how wealthy you are. The stock market had problems. So if you had money in stocks, your stocks went down. So just because you did not experience struggle does not mean that you were not impacted. So But praise be unto God, my family did not struggle during the pandemic. In fact, we were able to increase during the pandemic. What I observed during the pandemic, especially when the country began to open up here in the state of Washington, we were like in a very strict lockdown. What I observed when the lockdown was lifted, the restaurants were full, the hair salon was full, the nail salon was full. People were still spending money, even though folks were experiencing struggle. I observed and I know that there were people who got stimulus checks who wasted their stimulus checks, right? I'm very aware, and am attached to people who basically wasted all of that money. And here we are in 2022, and they are struggling. They are trying to figure out what their next move is going to be. They got accustomed to not having to pay rent, took full advantage of that. Even though they could pay rent, they took that money and did very unwise things. And so now they find themselves in a struggle, caught in a system, in bondage. Need to assess your spending. Look at where you are giving your money to and start finding ways to save your money. The chief complaint that I hear from people when I start talking to them about what they need to do to become financially free as far as where they need to put their money, they complain and they say to me, I don't have no money. I can't do that. I'm already struggling. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I got bills. I got this and I got that. But those same people go to McDonald's every day. They go to Chick-fil-A every day. They go to Starbucks every day. They go down to the bar every day. Whatever it is that they choose to indulge in, they indulge in it. But yet they don't have money to spend. Make that make sense. It makes absolutely no sense, because what you're doing is you're giving your money to somebody else and you're making somebody else wealthy while you basically continue to dig this hole and continue to continue this cycle of poverty. That's what you're doing. I'm not saying that a person who works should not enjoy the fruit of their labor, but my question to you, and this just came to my spirit, is, are you really enjoying the fruit of your labor? Is that Starbucks every day, is that eating out every day really enjoying the fruit of your labor if you are broke? If you are, as I heard the old folks say, if you are finding yourself constantly crying the poor mouth, are those little things like eating out all the time and getting your liquor, getting your wine or whatever, which racks up and is expensive, getting your cigarettes, getting your weed, weed is legal here in Washington. Are you really enjoying the fruit of your labor? Maybe it's gratification in the moment, but long term, you're not doing anything. And I know that this is supposed to be 15 minutes, but I'm off today, so I got time. So I'm not even going to give my disclaimer that I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to try to keep this short, and I really don't have a lot more to say, but I just want to give that disclaimer because I see that it's 9:13. But anyway, you need to assess your spending and find money that you are wasting so that you can take that money and reallocate it. Okay, so we want you to find money that you are wasting that you can reallocate. Now, some of you may say, you know what, Jonte, I don't have, I'm not struggling financially. I'm gonna drink my Starbucks, whatever I got, I got it going on. There's still a reality that you could be wasting money. How is that? One thing that I came to realize is I was wasting money giving it to the government. I had a good friend of mine ask me or make the statement to me, you must really love the government. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Because I was giving away money in taxes to the government by way of my deferred compensation. And so that was money that I had that I was wasting because of the taxes that are associated with it, that I had to then make a decision. Am I going to keep on throwing that money away, or am I going to reroute it to do something else that's going to be beneficial to me, that's going to help me accumulate more money, and that's going to help me be able to access all of that money that I accumulated on a tax-free basis? I'm going to let that sit right there. Yes, there is a way that you can save money, accumulate interest, and when it comes time for you to take that money out to withdraw it, you can do it in a way that is tax free. We're talking about freedom today. We're talking about strategies and ways to help you become financially free. Now, you all have heard me talk. You all know that as a financial strategist, one of my areas of expertise deals with life insurance. I am a licensed life insurance agent. And what we did not learn, especially those of us of African American descent, what many of us did not learn growing up as it relates to money, is that all of these wealthy people that we see, all of these large corporations, they invest money, or should I say, they put money in life insurance and utilize it as an asset. I'm not talking about basic whole life from State Farm or Allstate, or even, and I bank with USAA, so I'm not hating USAA or one of those companies. I'm talking about life insurance through a straight up legitimate company that is designed to do life insurance, because Allstate is not necessarily designed to do life insurance. I believe it's like a casualty insurance company that's a specialty, and they just so happen to sell life insurance. But get this, I'm gonna shorten this up. One of the ways in which you can find yourself financially free is through customized, properly structured life insurance policies. If you are in debt, there is a way that a life insurance policy can be structured that can get you out of debt within 7.5 years. Not talking about debt consolidation. We're talking about creating and customizing a program that can take all of your debt and basically pay it off within 7.5 years. And once that debt is paid off, you will continue to accumulate interest on your money. And you will have a life insurance that at your demise, your beneficiary will inherit. We're talking about being financially free, because a lot of us don't think about creating generational wealth for our children and our grandchildren, which is unfortunate for those of us who are believers, because the Bible tells us that we are to leave an inheritance for our children and our children's children. That's Bible. That's the book. Okay. Also, as it relates to being free, you need to have assets, right? I talked the last time we did Money Mondays, I talked about 40-40-40 retirement. We want to be able to retire and not have to struggle. I'm seeing too many elderly people still working and breaking their back just to survive. We can properly structure a life insurance policy, max funded, where you can have a sweet retirement. And when it's time for you to retire, you can withdraw that money. And I'll explain to you how to do that tax-free. So we're not talking about these tax deferred in types of retirement that our jobs provide to us. We're not talking about a tax deferred IRA. No, we're talking about putting your money in a properly structured, max funded life insurance policy. And when it's time for you to withdraw, you take your money out tax free. And here goes, at our demise, our beneficiaries inherit money. Not only can it be used for retirement, you can use it for investments. Get this, when you withdraw money to invest it somewhere else. So me and my husband are angel investors. What are angel investors? Angel investors are people who basically fund startup companies. This is an endeavor that me and my husband took on in 2017. So, as angel investors, what you typically do is it's done through crowdfunding or whatever, money is raised to invest in a company. Instead of us having money sitting in a bank account that's not accruing any interest, then when we withdraw the money from the bank account, it's gone, putting it somewhere else. What we can do is we utilize our life insurance policies. We withdraw money or take out a loan from our life insurance policy, and we will invest it in a startup company. So we have money that is working for us in a startup company, right? The money that we took out of the life insurance policy, in theory, is still sitting in the policy because really we just withdrew from the collateral and it's still accumulating interest. So now we have money working in two places. And so when the startup company gets up and running, and we either grab our money and go, or it goes into the stock market, and however it goes, we can basically pay the money back, but it's more because it never really left and it was continuing to accrue interest. These are things that wealthy people have been doing for years. Same thing with real estate. Money is not meant to sit in a bank account and not do anything. Your money should always be working for you. Money should always be moving, okay? Money should never just be sitting still. If you've got a bank account with a whole bunch of money sitting in it, you are wasting, or should I say, you are throwing away an opportunity to be making money. Banks are giving us no interest, and then they're taking our money, loaning it out to other people and charging them interest. They even loan us money and charge us interest on the money that we have sitting in the bank. So I am about to close out this Money Monday. But I want to, again, encourage you to assess your money, look at your money, identify where it is going to. Is there money that you could be reallocating to go somewhere else so you can begin the process of accumulation? So we're going to find money, and then we're going to start the process of accumulating money. How are we going to accumulate money? We are going to start a customized, properly structured life insurance policy that can meet your needs. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're not going to open up a mutual fund, especially right now when the stock market is like whoop, whoop, whoop. Do we have investments? Absolutely. We have a very diverse portfolio. I'm not going to tell you not to invest your money, but what I'm telling you is when you put your money in a life insurance policy, you don't have to worry about losing any money, because that's the other thing about it. It's attached to, when we get you an equity fund, we'll get it attached to the S&P market, meaning that when it's up, your interest rate goes up, but you'll never drop below zero. That's the other thing about it. But we're going to find money. We're going to start accumulating money. And then what we are going to do is we are going to look at ways to continue to make that money work. And when you need to access that money, you are going to access it in a way that is tax-free. All right. So that is my spiel today for Money Mondays. We are going to take this journey together to become financially free. If you want to be free from debt, if you want to be free to be able to do whatever it is that you desire to do, and money is not an issue, I want you to drop freedom down in the comments, and make sure that you tune in, you share this broadcast, you tune in again next Monday. And we about to be out of here. All right. Y'all ready to go? All right. It's Money Monday. All right. Let's get it going. It's Money Monday. I'll see you all later. You all have a wonderful day. Yes.